We come here to remember those who were killed, those who survived, and those changed forever.
How many of you have ever been mad at someone? Well, I want to share with you a story of a time that anger and holding on to it lasted way longer than it should have, and it affected my life in a negative way. My mom worked for DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, and her office was on the 9th floor. We had no idea what was going on. Nobody really in those first few hours really understood anything. And so several days went by, and then they finally found her body, and it was just me and my dad at that point. I was mad at people who still had their moms. I was mad at people who didn't understand what I was going through. I was just mad, and it just continued to grow. It's really just hurting me. And my friends finally pulled me aside, my close friends, and say, hey, Ronnie, you're changing, and not for the good. And that was a wake-up call for me. That was a wake-up to realize that I needed to start to forgive so that I can move forward with my life. There was a guy who gave up his salary for a year to start the scholarship fund for the survivors. And that's what paid for my last year at OU. It paid for my master's degree at TCU. He ate cereal all year in order to save up enough money and so that he could donate his entire salary for that year.
At what point in your life did you actually start to drop that grudge and forgive?
That anger still tries to creep in from time to time, and forgiveness is a choice that we make every day. And so if it creeps in today, I make another choice to forgive again, to move forward.
I learned what the Oklahoma Standard is and what that meant to everybody in Oklahoma. I learned how that affected us and how it brought us together and how it affected the victims.
When they first contacted me about coming, I was pretty ecstatic. I mean, it's been 30 years. I think the kids need to learn about our history, and this is definitely a big piece of Oklahoma's history, and just all of the kindness that came out of it.